Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video in the product research course. Today's a fun one. We're going to be going over an example of a bad product. Now, we're actually only a few videos out here before we start wrapping up. But an example of a bad product and an example of a good product for you guys, then you guys are done with the product research course. So big thing that I want you guys to do is go take action, right? Use what you've learned here and actualize your knowledge, okay? It's the most important thing that I have for you guys. If you could take one thing away, do something even if it's the wrong thing, okay? Now use your all your objective tools that I've given you to make sure that you have your best guess as to it being the right thing, but you know, gotta figure out somehow. So let's do an example of a bad product here. Now, I was trying to pick the best possible example. I think I'm gonna do two. I know I said product, it's more like products. But here's the first one. So it's a ultrasonic pest repeller. And here's the reason that this is bad. There's a couple reasons. First of all, the market looks ridiculous, right? So when you pull up Jungle Scout Chrome extension here, first thing that we're going to notice once it starts loading is that the numbers, the revenue are just so crazy, right? We're seeing hundreds of thousands of dollars just coming out of the first couple sellers here. But it's kind of a trick, right? Because we do see people in there with lower reviews, right? Like the one seller is doing 200,000 a month, 100,000 a month, 150,000 a month, 68,000 a month. Now, this kind of market's very easy to get your eyes stuck on those numbers and then to throw out everything you know because you're excited and you think that you'll be able to get, you know, those same results. And here's a crucial flaw with that kind of thinking is, you know, look at the number of sales these sellers are doing. 4,000 a month, 800 a month. Well, that's not that crazy. 4,300 a month. 4,500 a month, 3,800 a month. I think that's what I meant to say. First of all, getting ranked on page one here is going to be very, very hard. So you're going to have your advertising campaigns cut out for you. You're going to have to spend a lot just to even compete with these guys. They have massive sponsored ad budgets. That's not why I don't like it. It's okay to go into big markets. I absolutely believe in going into big markets. You know, there's a lot of opportunity to grow there. But here's the biggest thing. You are going to have such a hard time standing out in a market like this because every possible differentiation has been done. There's different colors, there's different styles, there's different price ranges, there's cheap ones, there's expensive ones, there's 6-packs, there's 2-packs, there's bundles, there's different packaging, there's different brands. Everything here is screaming your differentiation doesn't have a chance. Now, I like to go into market where despite the issue, or despite the problem with, you know, there only being a few good sellers, people are still buying the bad sellers. Because that shows that all you have to do is become one of the good sellers, and then you're almost, you know, nothing's a guarantee, but essentially guaranteeing that you're going to have more sales than the people that are doing bad. But in this case, even the people doing bad are doing good. Does that make sense? So that's an example of a bad product. And the way that you could, you know, characterize this product would be the revenue is just too high. So if we start seeing revenues over 50,000 consistently, you're going to have a lot of sellers flooding into that market. So just be aware that you will be fighting for your positioning and rank, and you're going to have to, you know, it's probably not a good first timer product, put it that way. When you're more advanced, you have bigger budgets, you could fight for a spot in this market, but I wouldn't try now. The second characteristic being that there's really no need for us to sell this product. The way I look at it, and this is a question you can ask yourself, is, am I helping the customer by adding a product to this market? Does this market need another product? Or am I just really trying to hang on to these numbers and put myself in this market? When you're on the flip side of that question, and the answer is yes, this market needs a new listing. There's something wrong here, no one's fixed it. Then that's when you should sell the product. But when the answer is just, there's a lot of people selling this product, a lot of them are doing good, but even more are doing bad. There's so many options for the customer, they probably wouldn't notice my listing. Don't sell that product then, if that's the answer. So that's the first example. Those are two things to look out for. So you can rewatch this video if you want to, you know, characterize, you know, compare your product to something that I'm looking at here. So let's go into the next product. And here's another example of a bad product. Gender reveal decorations. So check this market out. Again, this is a trick market. Now, it's not as crazy as the other one. And it looks really good. And this is why I want to kind of warn you guys of markets like this, because you might find this and think, wow, this is amazing. But to be honest, it's not. Now, here's the issue. It's not so much the matter of you can't compete with these sales. These sales actually look great. And the reason this is kind of a trick is because we have to answer that second question. Am I helping the customer by adding another listing to this market? And my honest answer to that would have to be no, because there's already such good differentiations in every bundle you could already think of. This market's been around for years and years. Trust me, I've looked into getting into it too. But there's these, different color schemes. There's just the balloons. There's just the banner. There's just the backdrop. There's the cups. There's the hat. There's the questions. There's the games, there's the bottles, the favors. So you're not going to stick out. And that's another thing. You're not helping the customer here. They have plenty of options. And of course, this is all subjective. Anyone can enter this market, and if they believe in their product idea to the fullest and they're willing to put in that hard work and innovation, you could still enter either of the markets that I just said were bad. I'm just trying to set you up for a higher success ratio. So just because it looks too good to be true and there's so many listings that it's going to be hard to compete and stand out, doesn't mean that no one can succeed, right? I'm not being ignorant here and saying that no one will ever succeed in this market again. I'm sure next month there will be a new seller here crushing it. But it's going to be, for maybe every new seller that crushes it in this market, 40 don't. So we want to find markets where it's kind of the flip side of that. It's like, if you make a good bundle and you're this person in this market and everyone else was just selling this, then you're going to stand out and you're going to crush it. We're going to try and find markets that look similar to that. So there's no real, here's the issues. There's no crucial issue that we can fix. The customers aren't complaining for a better quality version of something. And there's just, we can't really fight our way into it, right? There's so many good differentiations that ours is not going to stand out, right? Just to say that, I'm going to do this kit, but then I'm going to add, a pacifier balloon. No one really cares, right? And it's not really going to stick out that much. They're not going to, the customer's not going to sit here and be like, well, for an extra $1, we could have the pacifier balloon that's peeking out right there in that corner behind that black balloon. So it's going to be hard to stand out. So those were 2 examples of bad products. If your product idea meets either of the things I was just talking about, hopefully I could have instilled a little bit of a shift in your mindset so that you look at it differently. And it's never too late to go back to product research. That's why I think this course was so helpful. It's kind of funny to say that because it's my course, but the whole point is you could always go back and just say, you haven't invested money yet. Who cares? Forget that idea. The odds are against me. Let me find something that I'm really sure is going to be a good product. So that's just my thoughts, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that quick lesson and examples of products that are not good. I'll see you in the next lesson where we go over products that are good. All right, later.